All right, so today we're here to talk about the very basics of like what EMFs actually are. What are EMFs? So this is Heidi.
This is Thaddeus.
Do you even know what the most harmful EMF or microwave radiation is at your home?
Oh my God, don't ever do that.
Oh, I got a text. Oh, I'm on the internet.
Oh my gosh.
Do I need to be taller?
Yes. Oh, much better.
Oh, look at it. That's our intro. You can't call it intro if you say intro.
And here we go.
So Thaddeus, what is EMF? What does it stand for? And can you just break it down really quick so folks understand?
Okay, so EMF is really pretty simple. It just stands for electromagnetic fields, EMF. And electromagnetic fields are everywhere, all around us, all the time.
Okay.
And they're natural. And so EMF comes from the Earth, the magnetic field of the Earth. The sun produces EMF. So we get visible light that we can see. That's an EMF. It's an electromagnetic field. And then
is that called native EMF?
yeah, so that's native EMF. So all the EMF that's been around us, our bodies are designed to use. We have all these surfaces on our body and all these cells, and they actually use electromagnetic fields to keep us optimally healthy. Plants use them, animals use them. It's how we're designed or built by nature, is to use these natural electromagnetic fields.
Okay.
And so it's really just electric fields, magnetic fields, the visible light spectrum, the invisible light spectrum, and then radio frequency fields, which is radio waves, television, and then microwaves that we use for like cell phones and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth.
So that's non-native, harmful EMF.
All of that's native EMF, and so all of that comes from the sun, and there's something called the electromagnetic spectrum, and the electromagnetic spectrum is all the electromagnetics that are everywhere in our universe. So there's microwaves, there's radio waves, there's television, there's gamma waves, there's X-rays, all that's completely natural. It's just that on Earth, the only things that get through from the sun and from space are the visible light, the invisible light, and a little bit of other electromagnetic waves, and that's it. And that's what we've been designed to use. So when we talk about non-native EMF, it means on Earth, based on what our body is designed to use, man is now making microwaves for Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, cell phone. All that wireless radiation has never been on our Earth.
Okay.
And definitely not in the quantities that it's in today. And our bodies are not designed to use it. So now we've got trillions upon trillions upon trillions, 10 with 18 zeros after the 10. That much times, so it's like more than trillions of times more microwave radiation running through our body every second of every day than ever before. And remember, our body uses EMF to provide information to our cells. And now we've got this man-made EMF completely screwing up our body because we made it, it's not natural, and our body's just, it doesn't know what to do with it, it gets confused, and that leads us down the road to many, many problems.
So we're gonna show you guys how we measure that in your home.
Yeah, so EMF is almost always invisible except for the visible rays of light. And so what we want to show all of you is how do you actually see some of this EMF that you can't see, hear, feel, or touch, and it is affecting you, and there's safe levels and unsafe levels. We're going to show you what an electric field is, a magnetic field, and then this radio frequency microwave radiation, and even I'm going to show you invisible light and how we measure invisible light.
Oh.
So stay tuned.
Okay, so we're back in the kitchen with Thaddeus.
So here we are in the kitchen. I've got 2 meters I'm going to show you, a magnetic field meter and an electric field meter. We're going to test the toaster oven so you can see the fields. Toaster ovens have a lot of magnetic and electric fields. Come on over. I'm going to turn this on, so it's on electric field. So we're measuring the electric field. It's turned off right now. So you can see there's a little bit of electricity in here, but not much. I'm going to turn it on. So I have this turned off just because you'll see why. So I'm going to turn it on from the power strip. Go ahead and show the...
Okay.
So all I did is turn on from the power strip. You can see there's already electricity running through it, and it's got a pretty strong electric field without doing anything. I'm going to turn it on, and now you can see that the electric field went up a little bit when it's turned on. Okay, and that's the electric field. So we can measure that there's electric field coming off even when it's not on, and it's fairly high. So now we're going to measure the magnetic field, show you the invisible magnetic field. I'm going to turn it off again. So it's turned off. This is the ambient magnetic field in the home, 0.9 milligauss. I'm going to turn it on. You'll see that magnetic field goes up just when power is going to here, but it's not turned on. That's actually a pretty high magnetic field. You want this below 1 milligauss to be safe. When I turn it on, Look at how high that is. 22, 23 milligauss. That's really high.
Oh my god.
Very high. You don't want to be around that high of a magnetic field. We're going to do one more thing with radio frequency. So this measures microwave radiation. You've seen this device before. You can hear the microwaves. So right now, wow, we're getting a lot of microwaves from something. My phone must be hit pause. All right, so my cell phone was on Wi-Fi, and so that's why this was going crazy. This is better, so this is in the green, and I'm just going to show you how to measure microwaves. We're just going to measure this phone. So I'm going to turn this phone off. Back to airplane mode, and you can see, I'm going to turn the sound off, but you can see that invisible radiation, that was microwave radiation all around us we just measured. We're going to do one more experiment for you. So here we are in front of the red light therapy device, and this has two lights. I'm just going to show you real quick. There's a red light, which you can see, but there's also an invisible light. So I'm going to turn on the invisible light in a second. This measures, again, EMF, but this measures invisible light. We're going to measure infrared light with this. So you can see it's measuring some light because we've got a light back here. But if I put this up next to here, you want to show the numbers here. So we're measuring about 3 watts per meter squared, and that's just the light reflecting off of here. I'm going to turn on the invisible light, and then we're going to see this go up. Oop, it maxed out. Let's switch. Here we go. So look how high that is, 700. I'm going to turn off and just show you what happens. When I turn off, it goes down to 3 watts per meter squared from light reflecting off of it. When I turn on the invisible light, it's measuring infrared light. This is infrared light therapy.
There.
And I'm measuring, you can see it's 400. When I turn it off, it goes down to almost 0. I turn it back on. So there's light coming out of here. There's invisible light, and it's very strong because this is made for photobiomodulation, light therapy. But there's, it's absolutely invisible light. So this kind of thing is EMF. It's all around us. And this we're measuring, this is healing. So this is not one of those that's damaging to the human body. This is very healing to the human body. And it's also EMF.
I was gonna say, it's just, so it's all under the category of EMF.
So that's all under the category of EMF, but there's healing and there's destructive EMF. And so that's just the way that you can all see, you can measure EMF in your home, and that actually tells you quite a lot about what is the most damaging EMF in your own home and how to protect yourself, and we're going to go into all of that later, but this was the invisible EMF episode. Until next time, it's Thaddeus and Heidi.
Peace.
So really, in summary, EMFs are all around us. They're part of nature. Our bodies work using EMF frequencies all the time, but it's the non-native EMF that's coursing through us from man-made sources all the time that's causing major harm. And we really do need to measure those to know what is around us and then what we need to protect ourselves from.
Awesome. Thank you for teaching us what EMF is, and stay tuned for more videos just like this one. Now that you guys know what EMF is, you'll be picking up on that. Pun intended.
Till next time.